Sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness come from the most unexpected people. This is one of those moments. It started as a quiet lunch. A tired police officer sat alone at a diner, just trying to catch her breath from the chaos of the day. Then, out of nowhere, a little boy walked by, paid for her meal, and left her a handwritten note. What she read made her break down in tears. This story will restore your faith in humanity. In this video, you're going to hear the powerful true story of a young boy whose small gesture changed a police officer's life forever. From a diner in a small town to hearts around the world, this one act of kindness reminded everyone that even heroes need a little hope sometimes. Stay with us until the end. It's a moment you'll never forget. Being a police officer is more than just wearing a badge. It means long hours, missed holidays, and emotional weight most people never see. Every day brings new challenges, danger, trauma, and often thankless work. In today's world, police officers often feel more criticized than appreciated. Officer Sarah Mitchell knew this feeling all too well. With 12 years on the force, she had seen the best and worst of humanity. And lately, it had felt like the worst was winning. But on one cloudy Wednesday, in a little corner booth of a small-town diner, everything changed. It wasn't a major event. No medals, no parades. Just a boy, a napkin, and a message that would change everything. Officer Sarah Mitchell had just wrapped up a tough call, a domestic dispute that reminded her why the job could be so emotionally draining. She needed a moment of quiet. She pulled into a small local diner she'd been visiting for years. It was one of the few places where she could feel a sense of normalcy. She ordered her usual grilled cheese, fries, and sweet tea. She wasn't in uniform for attention. She was in it because I never really took it off. Even off duty, she was always on alert. She sat alone, her mind racing through the events of the morning. The faces she'd seen, the weight she couldn't put down. She didn't notice the little boy watching her from across the room. At a table just across from her sat a young boy, Liam, 8 years old, full of energy and curiosity. He was out with his mother, celebrating his birthday with pancakes and extra whipped cream. Liam couldn't stop staring at Officer Mitchell. "Mom," he whispered, "that's a police officer, right?" His mom smiled. "Yes, honey. They help keep people safe." Liam tilted his head. "She looks kind of sad." His mom glanced over. Officer Mitchell was staring into her cup of tea, her face distant. Liam's heart tugged. "Can I do something for her?" he asked. His mom nodded. Liam reached into his coat pocket. He had been given 20 that morning for his birthday, money he could use however he liked. Without hesitation, he handed it to the waitress and asked if he could pay for the officer's meal. Then, using the back of a napkin and a purple crayon from the kids' menu, he carefully wrote a note. The waitress took it, smiling through misty eyes, and walked over to Officer Mitchell's table. As Officer Mitchell prepared to pay, the waitress gently placed the check in front of her, along with the napkin. "It's taken care of," she said softly. "From that little guy over there." Officer Mitchell looked over, confused. Then she saw the napkin. Scrawled in bright purple crayon were the words, "Thank you for keeping us safe. You're my hero. Love, Liam." At first, she didn't move. Her eyes scanned the words over and over. And then, tears. Tears she had held in for weeks. Tears from exhaustion, from the weight she carried, from the doubt she had been feeling about whether she were really making a difference. She stood up, walked over to Liam's table, and knelt down beside him. "I needed this more than you'll ever know," she whispered. "You're the hero today." News outlets picked up the story. TV crews asked for interviews. But Liam? He just said, "I wanted to make her smile." And he did so much more than that. A week later, the two were reunited for a TV interview. Liam wore a little police hat. Officer Mitchell gave him a patch from her uniform. He reminded me why I do what I do, she said. Sometimes we just need to be seen. That napkin is now framed on her desk at the precinct. Every time she feels the weight of the job, she looks at it and remembers. Officer Mitchell later shared that after meeting Liam, she started writing thank you cards to fellow officers. She said, "If one little boy's note could turn my whole day around, maybe we can all do that for each other." Liam's mother shared something too. She said that Liam had always been sensitive to people's emotions. He sees when someone's sad and he can't walk away. He has to do something. And in a world that often feels too fast, too loud, and too angry, Liam did something that stopped time. His note became a symbol, a reminder that gratitude still exists, that children notice more than we think, that hope comes from the smallest places. And for Officer Sarah Mitchell, it became her anchor. People from around the country sent cards to Liam, thanking him for reminding them what kindness looks like. Police departments from different states wrote to Sarah, saying how the story had uplifted their officers. And the diner? It started a pay-it-forward wall. Dozens of napkins and sticky notes with kind messages, just like Liam's. People buying meals for others. Strangers encouraging strangers. All inspired by one little boy and his birthday crayon. If this story touched your heart, give this video a thumbs up. Share it with someone who needs to believe in kindness again. And if you want more real, uplifting stories like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You never know which moment will be the one that restores your faith in humanity. At the end of the day, it's not always the big moments that matter most. Sometimes it's the little boy with the purple crayon. Sometimes it's the note written on a napkin. And sometimes it's the smallest act of kindness that makes the biggest difference. Thank you for watching. Stay kind, stay hopeful, and remember, heroes need heroes too.